Hi everyone, Sirius here. I just wanted to make a little intro to this video. It is a celebrity reading that was booked over on Etsy, so I hope that you enjoy it. There were some audio issues and I did my best to fix it, so I haven't used that particular camera in a while. I don't know what I did wrong, if I didn't plug the mic in. I'll just replace the battery in the microphone maybe, but it was very weird. And because there was audio issues, it's kind of like there was a lot of Ace of Swords and communication that came up in this reading from the remembrance of my brain. So I would like to just emphasize that because of the audio issues in this, it's never a coincidence. So something is like with this guy, communication is important. Miscommunication could be a thing. Not being heard, because it was a little bit distorted, so it could just be like feeling like you're on a completely different wavelength to others, whether that's through your work or through, whatever you say online, just your personality. So keep those things in mind as we go into the video. Hopefully you guys can understand what's going on. I do apologize again for the audio issues. I've done my best to fix it. I am not an expert in audio editing, so I don't know how to make it any better than I have. But let's get into the video. Thank you guys. It's a long one. Let's get straight into it.
Hello everyone and welcome. We are going to do a video today that was booked over on Etsy. Oh, look at this. Kind of like sitting it down there. Sitting over there. Okay. So, this is a celebrity reading that was booked over on Etsy, like I said. Just put my little crystal up here too. Hopefully you can see him. He's just chilling in the corner. Oh, I'll show you close up. It's very pretty. Don't know if it's going to focus on it though. There we are. I believe it's kyanite, this one. It's a large piece, so it's got lots of the blue, and then this is quartz, I believe, in it. So it's very good. You can hear the catty. It's a really good throat chakra crystal. Ooh, a piece of it just fell off. You have to be really careful though. A tiny piece. I'll have to find that in a second. But yeah, we're doing. Oh, there it is. Teeny tiny piece. So I'm going to put this in this bowl actually. But yes, we're going to do a reading that was booked over on Etsy. If you would like to book a reading, it's Sirius Blue at Etsy. The link will be in the description. I have taken a lot of the links out of my older videos because of name changes and things like that across social media. So the newer videos will have links, but if you're looking for other social media places and you want to make sure that they're actually mine, then make sure that you go to my channel and the link's on there. As well, it's Sirius Blue, Sirius BLU number 3 instead of the letter E. So, yes. Let's just open some of these decks. I've brought a few of them over. We're going to do Ruel. I'm not sure if that is how you pronounce his name. He's a musician. So we've just got a handful of questions here about success and his career, generally how he feels about his life and love life. So career, life path, and love life is looking like the 3 topics that we'll be covering. So we'll just see what comes up. I'll show you some of the decks that we might use. This is the Spirit Song Tarot. I did edge this deck myself. This is a really good beginner's tarot deck. I edged it in like brown because it's got keywords and things like that, but it's yeah, it's really pretty artwork. So we've got this. I also wanted to use one of my angel decks, and I haven't used this in a while. So the Crystal Angels by Doreen Virtue. They may have changed who the deck is by because she doesn't want to be affiliated with the decks and everything anymore. So I'm not sure how readily available this one is, but that's this deck here, and it's got all the little angel crystal messages in there. So these two to start with. Just try to get organized. I've got my drink. Okay. And I've got my candle over on the other table because I'm in a little bit of a different position today. So we're trying something new. Let me know how you think about the video quality, which videos you prefer, style of. If you're someone who watches, multiple videos on my channel, then thank you very much, and feedback is appreciated. So I did take a few days break. We have just gone into lockdown. Here I am. So I don't know, it was literally like the energy was shifting, so you could feel it. And I was like, why am I so tired all the time? Lapis lazuli, Jesus Christ. We were just talking about the throat chakra, and that came up reversed. Clear quartz on the bottom. Oh my gosh, this is very similar energy to this crystal. I use this instead of lapis lazuli. I used to have some. I don't have a very good history with it. So I'm shunning you. So stop stalking me, because I'm not acquiring you. Not of my own free will anyway. What was that? 5 of it. I feel like we should take this. And this one too. 5 and 6. What's that? Queen of crystals. I did shuffle this before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is what they're telling me. I really like this deck. I'm not sure if the pictures show up, but I will try to hold them up closer for you guys. As we get through, if I use any other decks, I will use them. The cat can hear me. She is safe. She's okay. I was really worried because she's really curious about the candles, and she gets, I don't want her to catch a flame. So I'm so sorry. So I've put her in her little pen. Normally she's quite happy in there, but she can hear me talking. So that's why I may have to get her out at some point. But we'll just see how she goes. Again, I just want to keep her safe, just for the 20-30 minutes that we're here. Yes, otherwise I have to figure out how to build a wall around my candle so that she doesn't jump up there, and then we'll be good. I need because I'll show you my candles. I know we're getting into a bit of a rant, so they're these 3 pillar candles. They're quite large, so I kind of want something to go around it to keep it safe, but also you don't want any fire hazards. So I just have them on this nice little ceramic dish. I usually have it somewhere that even if this dish broke or something happened, that nothing's gonna catch a flame. But yeah, I'll just put this back over here. So let's have a look at this energy, shall we? We had the lapis lazuli and the clear quartz. This is really interesting because it's confirming why this crystal is here. This crystal is usually next to my bed because that's where I'm sitting right now. I've just put the big table up with a bit of a clean, and it just was a thought. I'm like, maybe I need to set up another desk here like I used to have as an alternative spot for readings. And because where I have my other desk, it's smaller, so when I use the proper camera that I've got now, it doesn't really it's a bit tricky. And then with using the webcam, because it's near the computer, is a lot easier. It's good for live streaming. I don't have to worry about battery and charging and all that stuff because I don't have like a power thing for this camera. So I just thought maybe it'd be nice to have the two truck out there. It's a bit early it's 4 a.m. I woke up at a weird hour. I'm all over the place at the moment. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, let's just get straight into this. I don't know why there's so many rants here, but that's okay. I guess it's lapse lazuli in communication. And this is basically going to be covering the first question. We'll reshuffle and go into more of the energies here. Oh, this is about like the general part. Okay. So, life is changing, epiphany experience. Hold on, let me see. It looks kind of like the Ace of Swords here, or like, is it Arthur and the stone? I'm not sure what that story is called, I forget. But a life-changing epiphany or experience. It's time of big blessed changes for you. God supporting you in each step of the way. So it does look very angelic. So it is a resistance to change is because it was in the reverse with this one. We also have clear quartz. Again, these obviously it's an angel deck, so it's angel themed. Let yourself feel all of your emotions. That sounds problematic. your entire rainbow spectrum. Ooh, rainbow spectrum. Are we talking LGBT? Of feelings is sending you important messages and guidance. Clear quartz. It's a pretty card. It almost looks like aura quartz, how it's like treated with, I forget what they treat it with, and what's underneath this. Titanium rainbow aura quartz. Oh my god. I'm on fire today. Hopefully not literally. So that's why we put the cat away. We don't want anything to actually be on fire. Yeah, she's settled down now. She's very much used to going into her pen. It's a very safe space for her. It's not at all a punishment. She likes going in there and goes in there to sleep at night. So just I don't want anyone to worry about her. She's okay. She's calm now. If she kept meowing and going off, I would have let her out. But yeah. And like I said, it's 4 a.m, so she's usually in there at this time. It's just that she heard me talking. But yeah, this is multifaceted. There are many layers and dimensions to the situation or person that you're asking about. So I feel like with these energies, particularly being in reverse, he may be at a point where he's wanting to change a lot of things. We've also got a lot of purple energies, different shades of purple here. This is giving me crown, third eye vibes, chakras. Yeah, spiritual protection. Is that showerite? I have no idea what crystal that is. But hey. Topaz is underneath that, which is forgiveness and healing. So, yeah. It could be wanting to be more creative and expressive and explore different parts. Not just because I believe he's a musician, because I just looked him up quickly. I didn't really go into things, but I just saw music videos and stuff. So I was like, oh, cool. But yeah, I feel like this could be wanting to branch out into more creative endeavors. If it's maybe I don't know if he's hands-on with any of the what would you call it? Graphic design or other, let me just zoom in. Graphic, yeah, designing or creative things, or whether it's lyrically, musically. I feel like he probably is quite involved in that, but this is a new way of self-expression or a different approach and expansion of things, and resistance to change, because there may be opportunities for him where a few doors are closing in his career, but it's allowing him to be more creative and express himself more freely. It's very intimidating when that happens, It's kind of like when you lose a job and you're like, oh God, what do I do? I'm at home. A lot of people are in lockdown. I don't have any work now, which is really weird. And and that's a scary thing because you're like, oh, I thought I was going back, and then you're like, wasn't I going back today? And they're like, no, there's no work. And you're like, oh great, what the fuck? It's like, oh god, what do I do now? It's kind of like that energy. So the moon is the overall energy for this general part of the reading, which is what I was told this is. I was like, oh, this is the first question. They're like, no, it's the general overview. So the moon, imagination and perception is what this one says. I love that it's got the owl on there for the moon. That's it's very fitting. Here, so 9 again, 1 and an 8. It's the end of his cycle, so he's purging a lot of stuff, and some of that's going to be unexpected. And like I said, how sometimes you lose a job or something that you thought was going to be a consistent thing that you were expecting to go back to, and there is an element of manipulation underneath that with the magician. So I feel like while he may not be aware of other people's intentions at this time and why things are changing around him, it's on an like spirit with the moon. It's like it's a need to know basis. Yes, there's more behind the veil of the moon. There's like a secret keeper. So when it comes to his own ideas, and because a lot of these were reversed with the crystal cards, maybe he is going to keep a lot of that to himself. And I feel like he's quite intelligent. So, you don't have to share every idea that you have with everyone immediately, like before you've even done anything with it. We've got, so let's say, self-empowerment and ambition. Is that the devil? It is, isn't it? It says the shadow. I was like, hang on, don't trick me, or the devil card, which is in reverse. So we're letting go of, he's been chained to certain events that are breaking. Those chains are breaking. So whether that's substance abuse, I don't feel like that is. I think it's more his career and creative endeavors. But there are things that either you're contractually obligated to do. It's like, chink, the chain's broken. Then, what do I do now? I was like used to this. And so this is a very freeing, liberating, very good energy. Queen of Crystals, that could indicate tightness around, oh no, we're not going there. No. Money, okay, money, oh my god, oh no. Okay, we don't need to go into that in this reading. Whew. Anyway, yeah. So, being put out of your comfort zone. Here, this also sometimes is representing a female energy. Usually, a Queen of Pentacles is wifey material, and this could be someone who comes across that way. But like we have the magician in reverse there, so that could be a manipulative energy, someone who appeals to your ego, someone who's trying to, whether it's a man or a woman, it's feminine energy, Queen of Pentacles. And this, I don't feel like that's him. I feel like this is probably a friend, co-worker, or love interest around here. The Hangman could be something to do with work. Yeah. I was just seeing like what was directly below it. So, patience and perspective. Okay. So, this is someone he's been very patient with, obviously, because I just said that. But it's kind of like not moving forward with things. You're just like, the Hangman's kind of stuck up in a tree. Got his feet tied to a tree or something, or like whatever the original imagery is. That's just my description. I don't think it's that accurate, but you can kind of get the idea. But he's like stuck there, forced to see things in a different way. And that also talks about epiphanies. We had epiphanies somewhere else that was here. So, oops, and I can't really see her, but she's there. It's our Ace of Swords vibe. So new ideas, epiphanies. Make sure you've got your pen and paper next to the toilet for those toilet epiphanies. We haven't seen Scrubs, but anyway, it's just one of those things. It's like you have really good ideas at the worst time, so just like write it down. Moving on from that energy, I don't really want to go into that person too much. I just feel like it's there. I don't know if this person's that influential over him, to be honest. The perspective card shows me that whatever his perspective of that person was has changed. So that could be good as well. Or it does feel good to me anyway. This is a good thing. So, yeah, it's like I see what you're doing now. You can kind of see. Let me pull this card up because that's what I was talking about. The Hangman. There. I'll try to pull the cards up as we go along. 6 of Acorns. So success and triumph, that one's talking about. Ooh, that's nice. Yes, so acorns must be wands then. I was like, acorn sounds like pentacles to me, but it isn't. I think crystals is. It's a problem with these decks. Sometimes they're different. How they word things. So yeah. But it says success. That's why I was like, it's got to be wands. So that's a victory. You've done a lot of work, and there's like a parade. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's some sort of acknowledgement, awards, or a post on social media. Oh, we've hit this milestone, which is pretty good. It's definitely feeling triumphant regardless of whatever happened. But usually there's some sort of physical success or accomplishment with this. Ace of Shells, something that is emotionally fulfilling. It's a new opportunity and a new beginning. So he's going to have a very successful new beginning. It's something that he's very interested in, invested in emotionally. Happiness and abundance. Moving on from that, you do have the challenge and growth with the 5 of Wands. So a lot of the time I see that as an internal battle and battle of the ego of like you versus yourself. You're your own worst enemy sometimes with this card, and it's just that, again, this is growing pains. Oops, I needed to pull that one up, didn't I? We're up to here. So this is like growing pains and a changing. I'm not sure how old he is, but there could be, a transitionary period in your life. Like, I don't know, some people hit a certain age and then it's like everything's a bit different for some reason. So the like mental shift. Could also have to do with a shift in the people around him, especially if this person's been, they're acknowledged. I don't know if he's fully like getting rid of or cutting them out, but it's like, we know who you are. 7 of Acorns, determination. Yeah, so whatever this challenge is, most likely internal conflict, he's definitely very determined to either, change this part of himself or to persevere. And there's patience here. So it's kind of like planting the seed, and then you got to keep watering it and be patient and wait for that plant to grow so that you can harvest the fruits of your labor, so to speak. So that's nice. King of Feathers. So that's our swordy swords. Is logic and justice. So definitely very logical, masculine energy here. Could be a father figure that's showing up as a lion in this deck. So that can represent Leo, but it is swords. So it's also air signs. Energies with the 10 of Acorns, which is responsibility and dedication in this deck. Yes, it is. Why am I? Let me have a look. Ten Wands. Yeah, it is. It's like a burden as well. That's what I was thinking. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't getting it mixed up with the 9. But sometimes this can be a burden. So someone who, it could be like I'm not sure if he's responsible for looking after other people around him, but he has whoever the masculine energy is, probably his energy. It's what I'm feeling. It's either him or his father. I'm not sure if they're close or not, but there's a tremendous burden around this. This is someone who works really hard, is very loyal, dedicated. I'm getting loyalty from the line rather than laziness and ego. I'm getting the more positive side of Leo, which is nice. And then we've got the Page of Feathers in reverse. Exploration and discovery. Okay, so that's sort of like pulling back on communication. And again, this is kind of reminding me of the Ace of Swords. So I feel like there is a revelation around a certain connection, probably this Queen of Crystals, Queen of Pentacles, that he is going to kind of pull back on communication. It's a need to know basis if this is, you know, someone that he has to deal with through family work, and he's kind of taking on his responsibilities and just like, you know, doing what you need to do, I guess, and trying to just let that kind of go, which it is. So that seems good. Now let's go into the next card. So this is like, that was like the second question, the general, how he feels about where he is in his life. So it's looking good. There are changes, new ideas, divine inspiration, but oh my god, Moldavite, you just had to show up, didn't you? Unconventionality. Your unique qualities are an important part of your life's purpose, and it's okay to feel different and be different from others. So yeah, Moldavite, what did I say? Doors are closing and opening. Moldavite is pretty dramatic when it comes to that stuff. It really brings in like what you need to happen, and it can be quite dramatic in how it shakes things up. So a lot of people will lose jobs or get new jobs or have issues with cars or things. It's like forcing that energetic shift that needs to kind of cleanse, you know, negative energy and bring in new and put you, you know, in the position that you need to be. You can look at Moldavite yourself. It's very expensive, but oh god, I keep doing that. Yeah, it's a good crystal, and it will find you if, you know, there's the lapis lazuli. It'll find you if that's, you know, what. Also, it's one of these things, it'll find you, plus you'd be able to afford it. You know, it'd be one of those things. I've also got Sulgite, I don't know how to, Sugilite. Your own divine power, replace codependent people pleasing with assertiveness and empowerment. So that's kind of talking about the shift with the dynamic with that Queen of Pentacles energy. Okay, now I'm going to stop and start so that we can get into the next question. Okay. So, will he be successful or stay under the radar? From what I saw, he seemed pretty successful. Honestly, it depends how you define success. Like, I feel like it's a bit different for everybody. You know, like, just because you're not Blackpink level success doesn't mean you're not successful when you've got videos and stuff out there with, you know, millions of views on it. Like, what do you mean it's not successful? You mad? Jesus. And then what's the problem with not maintaining that as well? It's really unrealistic to think that you can maintain that the whole time. Like, it's pretty rare. It doesn't mean, you know, that you're not successful. So let's have a look. Although I did see him like changing things up, trying different things. So we'll have a look. Let me see if there's success or staying under the radar, like what messages are coming through for this particular question. Oh my god, I'm trying to get these cards out. Right. I'm going to do 3 for each row. But I guess this is where we are. Here we go. Okay. Strength. Leo did show up before. Now we've got Leo again, except it has an elephant on this card. So this is Not sure why the autofocus isn't going, but it's fine. Yeah, courage, endurance, vulnerabilities, a lack of self-control, a lack of impulse control is kind of what that shows me when it's in the reverse, because it's about our strength is a very sexual card as well. It's about our primal instincts, so impulses. When it comes to success, there is a very impulsive nature to what he does in some ways. We've also got the Queen of Acorns, Queen of Wands in the reverse. So, yeah, this could be some sort of... Queen of Wands tends to have a very quick temper. Like, they go off. That's the person who looks really good, and then they can just, like, throw a glass bottle at you. Didn't know how else to word that. But, you know, hopefully not literally, but here we are. That could speak about anger issues with feminine energies as well. So that's something to... and King of Shells is the Shaman, which is the Hierophant as far as I know. Divine wisdom, spiritual powers. So interesting. Is he surrounded by a lot of people in his career who have, like... This kind of reminds me of the energy of going to a church and they're meant to be, like, really loving and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And then you figure out that they're actually very judgmental and very, like, angry. And they go off and get mad about things. And you're just like, what is happening here? So that seems to have something to do with his career, because that's what we're asking about with his successes. So... are people angry at him for his success? There could be a lot of envy or, like, what we call that evil eye energy as well. Here, it's kind of like people thinking he doesn't deserve a contract or whatever. Or, like, you used your... If this was a woman, it would be like you used your sexual, you know, appeal to get to where you are, which has nothing to do with what actually happened. You know, weird. I feel like I'd be careful about rivalries or fake relationships and stuff like that when it comes to publicity and career and things. I'm not sure if he's just not very good at articulating stuff and he ends up pissing people off. But yeah, this could also be an issue with the way that people perceive him, the difference between how he's perceived and what his intentions are. Two of Crystals in the reverse. So yeah, the external circumstances are very important to him. Now, most people say don't let, you know, comments and haters and troll people affect you, but I feel like the external circumstances, the numbers, so, you know, how you worded this question, is he going to be successful or stay under the radar? So this is the kind of stuff that actually does matter to him. He does care about numbers. He cares about profit. He cares about, you know, details of things. And that has a direct effect on his ability to maintain balance and probably his self-esteem and self-worth here with that King of Shells in the reverse being the overall energy. It's like a disconnect from emotions and just trying to, you know, work. Yeah, so overall there's a need to pull back from the ego when it comes to success. Like I said, like, how do you define success? What I was saying earlier before I even pulled the cards, I'm like, what the hell do you mean you're not successful? Like, look at where you are. And but for some reason you don't feel like you're successful. You're comparing yourself to, like I said, Blackpink or something. I don't think you'd be comparing yourself to Blackpink, but I think that's like a very, or BTS, you know, a very easy thing, or the Beatles to compare yourself to. That's like got enough. Like, you're in different leagues, you're in different sections, in different lanes, so to speak. You know, it's about taking your power back. And this is a really good card. So he does have advisors around him. It does also sometimes talk about contracts too. And the external circumstances, like I said, getting overwhelmed and not being able to balance things. So that does seem to affect the success. My main concern is really the impulse control and the anger issues, whether that's him or females directed at him or a particular woman around him, because of the Queen of Acorns there, and his own emotional, what would you call it? Intelligence? I think that's the right word. So forgive me if I'm wrong, but he disconnects from. He's a very strong masculine energy when it comes to his career and his work. It's like, let's get this done. It's got nothing to do with your emotions. So there's a need to be able to connect with your work in a way that you're more passionate about it. That was coming up in the general side of the reading. So hopefully that's going to spill over into his career. But this could indicate reasons why he hasn't reached certain milestones yet. That these are some blockages that hopefully will be cleared soon, because there was, the big changes. Moldavite did come out, and I said there's going to be doors, opening and closing. So there could be changes in contracts and an initial resistance to that change. But ultimately, in the general part of the reading at the beginning, it seems like he's going to be in a really good place. But yeah, resistance changes. The Page of Swords again. And what's this one? 4 of Crystals. Okay, yeah, security. So wanting that security, income, balance, things you can rely on, where you can, remain balanced, to weave your own web, so to speak. So let's have a look. It's really hard to answer that question because of the information that came up with it, but that's all I can really say. I can't say what's not there. It's more or less showing me some of the obstacles, blockages, and issues that need to be overcome. So this could maybe be something that we actually physically see in the progression of his career. So after that, if it hasn't happened already, that shift comes, that there'll be a new, chapter. That's what I'm feeling. It's going to be different, but he'll be able to fly high, fly more freely, So it's just also saying that he puts a lot of pressure on himself to be successful. And again, the idea of success is something to think about as well. And love life is the last question. So can we have a look at his love life, please? What messages would like to come out? What information do we have permission to know and see at this time for his love life, present and future? So we'll do clarifications on this. Okay. I'll do another ASMR shuffling video to you guys. That video seems to have been quite popular. It was requested by my singular friend, and I was like, oh, people like this. So I'll do one where it's just shuffling like this and not, is it called ripple shuffling? I don't know. We'll just do different types of shuffling, like oddly specific ASMR. There's the million. Oh, it's on a need-to-know basis, guys. Oh, man. Okay. So, for his love life, again, there's more than meets the eye. We're not going to get all the information here. The moon came out, that flew out again. So, like I was saying, what do we have permission to know what's up? What's going on currently, King of Shells indicates that there's probably someone that he does have feelings for. That has stirred emotions within him. Again, that's masculine energy. And that did show up before. Sun in reverse, though, is the overall theme, which usually indicates a period of depression, upset, not being able to be playful, having to be serious all the time. Seriously. And just not feeling like you're able to, like, feeling kind of like you wanted something and it didn't happen, that kind of energy. But he is connected and aware of his emotions. And there's, I believe that's the Justice. No, what's it called? Anyway, I know what card it is. The renewal, the rebirth, the judgment, the wake-up call. So, yeah, that could be a rebirth of a situation that didn't work out in the past because of, like I said, possibly ego issues. It's on Leo again, energy. So I'm not sure what his... Is he? No, I don't think he's a Leo. I don't know. There's a lot of Leo energy around him. So it could be ascendant, moon, or sun, Venus, and Mars, because we're talking about love here as well. Yeah. This is a situation that he has gone back to, or will be going back to, like he's thinking about it. Did I make the right decision? You've left those Two of Swords behind. You're going back for that Two of Swords. Like maybe you didn't make a decision and your inactivity and inaction is what caused the unhappiness, and you're like, oh shit, should have invested, should have done more, So there's a rebirth, connecting with emotions. Again, it's a need to know basis, guys, with the Moon. So it's going to be limited on what information we can get here, which is fine. Self-empowerment, the shadow. Again, this came up before in the exact same position reverse. This is our Capricorn. This is our Devil card. Breaking shackles. Freedom. It could be also a shift in love where instead of seeing a commitment as being tied down or whatever, the bullshit that they tell guys about relationships, you don't want to have a girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever. It's like, you realize that it's freedom of choice, right? You are not losing your freedom by being with someone. Like, you're free to choose, and you've chosen to be with that person. You're free. You know what I mean? Yes, there can be dependency within the relationship, but in a healthy relationship, which is what I see this is going into, it's talking about those issues, addressing those issues. You can't change someone else, so we both kind of go away and we reflect inwards on, like, what am I accountable for? What have I done? How can I do better? And then we come back together, both having done that reflection. It works a lot better in that way, and instead of being critical of the other person so much. Of course, depending on the situation, I'm talking about you're in a mutual relationship here. So there's something that's definitely probably a previous connection. It may not have fully got off the ground or had a bit of a weird start, whether that was a friends with benefits situation or a crush that didn't work. I'm not sure, like I said, how old he is, so I'm not sure where he is along the lines of sexual activity, so we're not going to go too much into detail there, but it could just be, like an old friend or someone that you wanted to be in a relationship with and it didn't work out, or they already had someone, or something happened because someone thought that the other person didn't like them, and there's a rebirth in this energy that looks really good. And again, breaking chains here with that Devil in reverse. So something that didn't work out in the past, we're revisiting, essentially. I've said that in about 10 different ways. It's the same message. Let me get it twisted. Just flew out of my hand. Click once again. Look, I don't know what else to say. Into the topaz on the bottom. It's the same kind of cards that are coming out again and again. Ruby's there too, which does remind me of love energies. So, and Moldavite is directly under that. So, yeet. Yeah. I don't know if he has Moldavite around him, but that's the general energy, I would say. If I was going to say overall crystal energy of his life would be Moldavite. So, good luck. It's really good, but it's also a bit dramatic. Calm down, let yourself feel your emotions, forgiveness and healing, and bless your heart. Oh, God bless. I feel like it's going to be, it's really sweet, and I feel like it's, childish a little bit in nature, but more in a, a just sweet emotional connection between two individuals here. That's, again, we're healing, so whatever issues were there are being healed. Balancing of masculine and feminine energies here. That was on the top of the jacket. When I picked up the jacket, it stayed behind, so there it is. Ametrine. Follow your feminine side to creatively inspire you, and your masculine side to give you confidence. So definitely balancing out the yin and the yang together. Yin and, how do you pronounce it? Yin and yang. So overall, though, the feeling of this is quite light. That doesn't mean it's not serious. It just means that it's like a breath of fresh air is kind of what I'm getting. It's really nice. So this does seem to be a really good thing around him. Like I said, there's probably a lot more information to this situation, but the moon kind of yeeted itself out initially, so that's what tells me that this is more a need-to-know basis. Also, that is indicating intuition and dreams and psychic connections and soul connections as well. So this could be like a soulmate who they come in for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, and these people have, they have a contract and they've agreed to come, together, and they could potentially be, friends for quite a long period of time, regardless of whatever happens. So, yeah, I hope that this helps. It's a little bit of a long reading with a lot of rants. I don't know why it was so ranty. Maybe this energy, whether it's his or this particular energy around him, likes to talk. Could be that. Could be some Gemini vibes here. So thank you again to the person who booked this over on Etsy. Thank you so much. I hope that this gave you some insight and clarity into the questions you asked about this particular celebrity. Of course, we can't always get super specific information on certain things. Whatever wants to come out is what's going to come out, and that's the main thing. So, I hope that you guys, whoever else is here, enjoys this video, that maybe you picked up some information for your own lives from this that was helpful to you, or you just enjoyed listening to it. So yes, you can book readings over on Etsy, and there is a new donation link. I used to have the PayPal one, but it's now through Streamlabs, so that's going to be in the description box below for donations to the channel. As well as, I think my channel should have that thanks button, which is a way to donate through YouTube to the channel. Not necessary, obviously. It's just, I'm letting you know because I've changed things up a little bit, so I just want to let you know that some things are different. I still have a wish list on Amazon, and oh my goodness, what's my stuff? Yeah, we'll get back into doing more videos. I hope that everyone is doing well at this time, and I wish you all the very best, and hope that everything is going great for you. Okay, thank you for being here, and take care. Bye-bye.